Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Bringing Government to You. My name is Kevin Dumas, Town Manager here in Mansfield, and I'm honored to have two special guests here today to talk about the upcoming Mansfield Fall Festival at Fulton Pond. So we have Gail Gilman from the Mansfield Cultural Council. So Gail, welcome.
Thank you.
And also Diane Falk from our Cardinal Graphic Design Marketing team. So thank you for being here today, Diane.
Thank you.
It's really neat, something that's come about that maybe people haven't heard yet, but we wanted to provide an opportunity to talk a little bit about what's coming up on Friday, October 4th and Saturday, October 5th. I had tasked the Downtown Committee here in Mansfield with coming up of a quality town-sponsored event. And what the committee decided on is that they wanted to put on a fall festival for you, our residents, and also inviting neighboring communities to see what's going on here in Mansfield and make it something really special. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to talk about that since it'll be coming here in just a few weeks, and to be able to ask Diane to say a few words of what's going to be happening on Friday night, the 4th, in our time frame, and of course on Saturday the 5th in the time frame of what's going to be happening over at Fulton Pond.
Well, we've been planning a great event together, and may I say this Mansfield community is awesome. Yes, everybody has come together to put this on, and it's great. So Friday night, we're having a kickoff party, and it's going to start at 6:30, and it's going to go until 8:30.
Okay.
It's centered around fire because it'll be dark that night. So we have fire cauldrons that are alongside Fulton Pond. They're going to be lit and provided with wood throughout the 2 hours.
Mansfield's little water fire.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
And we're going to launch lanterns decorated by children that evening onto Fulton Pond, and they'll be lit so their designs will show up so sweet. It's going to look so great. I can't wait. And then we have fire jugglers, which will be exciting. We have 2 jugglers giving 4 shows within the 2-hour time frame.
Wow.
So make sure, yeah, to see that. They're fantastic. And we also have our Ferris wheel that will be spinning for the full 2 hours of that evening's event. Oh, and we're going to have dessert vendors. So have dinner, then come on down to Fulton Pond and see all the fire and enjoy some desserts from 4 different dessert vendors.
Wow.
And I heard there may be a little drumming.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yes, our drummers, which it makes it magical, you know, when you see the dancing flames and you hear the drums in the background. It's almost tribal.
You know, just to be able to have something like this to draw families, individuals alike,
Terrific.
it's something for everybody, really, and something that's really special that hasn't happened here in Mansfield before. And part of the team, and Gail had talked a lot about this because it's actually your neighborhood. For those people who may not be aware, there's been a tremendous amount of work done on Rumford Avenue this summer, and also of Fulton Pond itself and the adjacent parking area, and especially Friday night for the first time for residents who don't live right around the pond, who haven't been down there, you can actually see the amount of work done by your Department of Public Works Highway Division. They have just done an amazing job with the entire neighborhood, and also particularly Fulton Pond. And now it's really a tribute to a Mansfield public park that's just absolutely beautiful. The new concrete retaining wall, the new grass, the irrigation, the benches, the trees. It's just absolutely beautiful. They've done a great job. All new lighting has been installed that shines down into the wooded area at nighttime, even more safety improvements that have been done. Really an amazing area, and certainly that we want to celebrate as part of the event as well, so people get to see this for the first time unveiled.
Sure.
But let's talk about another area, and Gail, you really brought this from the Cultural Council's perspective, something that's very unique that's going to be happening down what we'll call the grassy knoll, right, underneath the dam area. If you want to talk about that a little bit, because it's really exciting.
Well, we really wanted to find ways of really celebrating the area. And one of the things that I thought would be really fun, just as I walk down there quite often, I said, wow, this is a beautiful way to show art, to display art, would be to yarn bomb the trees. We have the selection of different trees that are in that area. It's just been such a fun thing. So I coordinated with quite a few different groups in the town, and we've been having yarn bomb nights, and we have different things coming up. So you really have to check it out. We have flamingos and yellow submarines and different things that people have created, and it's just going to be so much fun.
Do you want to talk about what yarn bombing is
Sure.
and what it's going to look
I
like
just
on
assume
the
that
trees?
everybody knows what yarn bombing is.
It's a
So
tongue
for
twister
those,
sometimes.
for those who don't know, yarn bombing actually originated in the state of Texas, because I did some research, and it was just a way of people just that had extra yarn and they wanted to beautify an area. They decided, my gosh, the trees could use a little sprucing up, so let's give them something to spruce up with. So they actually created afghans and quilts and different things and spread them, put them around the trees, and it just becomes just a beautiful way of displaying. And it really took off from there. People really do a lot of different things, and it can be very, very creative, and you're going to see some of that creativity on Saturday.
I can't wait to see it.
It's going to be great. You know, as we look at, so our Friday night event is fire themed. We have the drummers, the Ferris wheel, the fire jugglers, the water fire going on, and the lanterns. Now it takes a shift on the Saturday. So if we're talking about Saturday, Diane, you want to talk about how it shifts into the specialness now of what's going to happen on Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, and it's grown. Every time we meet, we seem to be adding new stuff, so it's very exciting. The time is from noon until 5 in the afternoon. The Ferris wheel, again, is going to be spinning, and it's really going to look great. Just to be able to, I'm going on it. I'm definitely taking a ride. Just to be able to go up and see the whole Fulton Pond area and the festival and all the people enjoying themselves is going to be great. Of course, we have food. We have some local food restaurants coming in, serving portions, big portions of food. And beverages. We also have the
MMAS.
Yes, doing coffee and
Hot
definitely
cider.
hot cocoa and possibly hot cider. We're trying to put that together. So you'll be full. We also have a beer garden. First time in the city, from the town, from what I understand.
Yep, that's very true.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that. It's going to be big. We've got 14 different craft beer varieties coming in. That's sponsored by Jimmy's Pub, and George from Jimmy's Pub is running the beer garden.
Exactly.
So that's going to be neat to see. In addition to that, we also have face painting going on, and that's free for children and adults, if adults want to do it. There's a lot of free things. We're not charging for the Ferris wheel rides either. In addition to that, we also have live bands on stage. We have Second Wind from Mansfield, playing from noon until 2 p.m.
Okay.
And then the Blue FOs from a little bit down the street from Attleboro. They're going to be on stage from 2 to 5. So we look forward to hearing the music and seeing the sights and sounds.
You know, some of the other things, and I really appreciate the creativity of the group. You know, something addition that's a special thing that hasn't happened before too is the llama petting area, which is a really neat little thing. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Dandy Acres of Rhode Island, they're bringing in 2 6-month-old llamas and 2 yearlings, so they'll be a year old, and they're very friendly llamas. And people can pet them, and they'll be corralled in case people want to stay on the outside, or they might bring 1 llama or 2 out at a time to interact with the guests, and we're looking forward to that.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that brings upon creativity are local artisans and craftspeople.
Yes.
And Gail, you put a lot of work into this. So if you want to talk about where they're going to be located and what types of things to expect.
Sure. So along the beautiful path, right around the pond, surrounding the pond, we have, I think, a total of 17 now.
Yes.
That are local crafters and some vendors that will be here, and they have. We have crocheted items, we have glass blowing, we have our very well-known town photographer is going to show his things. So we have some really, really neat stuff. So you can start your little holiday shopping early with some beautiful craft items.
Yeah, and they're also going to be displaying, so, like the glass blowing. Will he be doing that on site?
He's going to be doing. He will be doing some on site as well.
Oh, neat.
And then we have an oil painter too.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, we have quite an array. I try to really kind of cherry pick different types of art forms there. So
I think you did a great job.
It should be very interesting.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that we deal with, certainly, whether it's family fun night or if it's any type of major town event, right, is certainly limited of parking. So Rumford Avenue will be shut down. We do have parking available at the old police station. That will fill up quite quickly, absolutely. But we also have surrounding areas like Town Hall and behind Town Hall Park and on various streets. But parking will be restricted to one side of the public streets that will be open to make sure that we're respecting our neighbors and that we're not blocking driveways. But there's also something very special to be able to make sure to note, and that's the fact that we are providing bus service on Saturday throughout the entire event from 12 to 5, and that's going to be the pickup and drop-off point is at our school district over on East Street at the Robinson School. So you can use the Robinson parking lot, you can use the Jordan Jackson School parking lot, and also across the street at Qualters Middle School. So all 3 public parking facilities at the schools will be open, but particularly the shuttle pickup and drop-off will be on the Robinson bus loop. And so there'll be 2 shuttles going back and forth. There'll always be a shuttle there waiting till the next shuttle comes back and then leaves with a full contingent of people to bring you right down the Fulton Pond and right to that area to drop you off. And that'll be running throughout the whole time. So we urge people to use the satellite parking. If you're a walker, perfect.
Yes.
If you're driving, we do urge you to be able to, for the best really door-to-door service without any lines or waiting, is to be able to go through and to be able to take the shuttle service from Robinson right over to the Fulton Pond area. So that's something that's unique about this as well. Trying to make sure that we're being good, respectful to our neighbors and being the best that we can be. And also noticing the fact that, you know, with any type of event, this is our first annual event. We may have a little growing pain here and there, but I will tell you that the group has really taken a large amount of time to be able to try to make sure that we've crossed our T's and dotted our I's. So please, you know, bear with us as we're doing this for the first time. But this is really, as you heard from Diane and you heard from Gail, this is really, and also all the members of our downtown committee, a real special thing that we're looking to bring to you, our residents here in Mansfield, and to be able to make something special, to be something that's certainly very proud of, not only your beautiful renovated town facility of your public park, but also the fact that there's a lot of talent here in Mansfield. So, you know, we have MMAS here in Mansfield and all of our surrounding crafters and artisans, you know, bringing things to life for you. The yarn bombing that Gail talked about, our local restaurants, you know, George from Jimmy's Pub, really creating a unique experience with the beer garden, and also the fact that we want to make this family friendly and to be able to invite all guests to Mansfield for a real special event, and we're really happy about that. I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the amount of dollars that it takes to put on an event like this. So there's certainly town-sponsored dollars that is part of our budget for this year that was approved. But we also look to be able to have a significant amount of sponsors to make the event happen. And it really takes almost over 50% of the dollars that have been raised are covering for this event. So Diane, if you want to talk a little bit about our sponsors and how gracious people have been to be able to help make this happen and talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we couldn't do it without our sponsors. Or we couldn't offer all the free amenities that
we wanted to do.
Yeah, we didn't want to, you know, charge for Ferris wheel rides and go through all that. We just want families to come down with their kids, to come down with their teenagers, enjoy the festival and not pulling money out of their pocket every time. If they want to pull out some money to buy some crafts, I know I do my gift shopping at events like this. It's unique, one-of-a-kind items that you're not going to find anywhere else. But our main sponsor this year has been Columbia Gas, and we call them our Ferris wheel sponsor. They'll have a tent there near the Ferris wheel, so be sure to go over and thank Columbia Gas. They've been great. Other sponsors that are also helping out is the Xfinity Center here in Mansfield, and we also have Bach, the DCS group of Bach coming in as our sponsor. And in addition, we have Mansfield Bank helping us out, Harbor One Bank's helping us out, Miller Recycling has been wonderful. They're making a recycled man out of recycled parts, so that's going to be really fun to see. And Northeastern Savings Bank just gave me a call recently, and they're going to be sponsoring the face painting, so that's free as well.
You know,
Thanks to our sponsors.
And another one I know off the top of my head, LL Bean is
Oh, yes.
another wonderful sponsor, and they processed their donation today. So
good.
really just very thankful, because if it wasn't for these opportunities,
Sure.
I mean, they're paying for more than 50% of the event, and it's just a nice opportunity for people to get together. You know, we talked about the downtown committee, how nice it is to have a community-sponsored event that really gets to build civic pride. And you know, it does take a lot of work, and you know, the organization of all of our crews, our staff, our volunteers to make something happen like this. But Diana had worked several events over a decade in my previous position, and certainly with your talent and the talent of all of our groups who are participating, really come together to make something special that Mansfield can be very, very proud of. So
All we need now is great weather.
and it looks good. Listen, if we can keep this going for a couple more weeks, folks, we should be in the 70s, which would be a lovely, lovely thing.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
We do have to say, however, if we do hit inclement weather, instead of Saturday's event, it would be moved to the next day on Sunday, same time, same place, from 12 to 5.
Right.
But I think that the weather goddess will be with us, and we're hoping for certainly good weather on Friday night and also for the Saturday event. Really looking forward to this wonderful family event. We ask, please bring your family, bring your friends, and get your neighbors together. This is something that's going to be really special, and we look forward to celebrating the hard work of the Downtown Committee, and certainly, particularly, the work of Gail and with Diane. So we really thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then we are looking forward to seeing you on October 4th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Fulton Pond, and then again on Saturday from noon to 5. So thank you so much for the time, and we look forward to seeing you next time.